everyone. Today we've got our tiger's eye, and we are going to, it's the golden tiger's eye, so we're going to start it today. Just look at some of these really pretty stones. We are going to put them in our 6-pound barrel because it is free, and we've been waiting for our tiger's eye to come in, and it has. So we're just going to layer this some, and because I want to retain as much as I can, I want to start putting in the media as I go along. So there's some coarse, and we want different sizes. So we're going to put some medium in as well. Let's load another batch here. Okay. Let's go some more large. Medium, excuse me, small. And you know, while we're at it, we have a couple of pieces of blue tiger's eye. I believe it's referred to as eagle's eye. Oh, look at that. So let's put some of these in. Want different sizes. So we're going to do the blue and the golden. Trying to overload the barrel, so we're saving some of these larger pieces, and I think maybe one or two of them I might crop down. Yeah, I think that looks good. Are kind of getting dirty with the color of the mud coming off this okay. I only want this 2/3 full. Looks really good. Okay. Now what we're going to need is our coarse grit, the 60/90. Let's see, we're going to need about 6 ounces. Baking soda. Let's add some water. not enough water. Okay, well, we have our handy dandy sprayer. So let's just add some water from that. And we're done. Okay. We will see this lovely barrel in a week and check on its progress. Now I will check it in a couple of days to make sure that it's not bulging or anything or needs to be burped. So hopefully that baking soda, which it seems to have been helping on the other barrels, will work on this one as well. Oh, it's really tight. Okay, we will see you in a week. Okay, we're back with our tiger's eye, and it has been, oh gosh, it's been running since the 12th of August, and today's the 28th. So this was in coarse grit. Look at that shine. It's starting to dry just a little bit. Don't want that, so let's give it a little soak down. Okay, because it's still full of grit, we don't want it to harden. Okay, this kind of ran a little bit longer. Time got away from me, and as we can see, this still has a way to go. It's almost ready, but there's still some work that needs to be done on this. This is the golden tiger eye. There's still some spots we'd like to bring down. There's some spots here too that are issues. So I'm trying to decide if this is going to need another week or another few days in course. This is the blue tiger's eye. I think they call it eagle's eye, if I'm not mistaken. Still needs some work. And instead of rushing it to put it into medium, I think we can put it back into coarse just for a little bit longer and see what issues we have here. Here's a little crack. There's one there. Beautiful pieces. We held a lot of the mass, so I'm pretty tickled. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. Yeah, these are going to have to go in for another week in coarse, and then we'll be able to move it to medium. I was thinking it'd be ready today, but it's not, and that's fine. I don't want to rush it because I don't want to ruin it. Wow, look at that. You can see there's just some more issues in here. Even the ceramic media has turned a little yellow, but once we put it through a wash, once we put it through a wash, that will all clean up. I am not going to put these through a wash because I'm putting them back into a coarse, but we will recharge the barrel because we cleaned it all out in the hopes that it would be moving forward. But that's okay, that's why we check these. So again, this went in on August 12th. Today is the 28th. And I did not recharge the barrel in between. I ran out of time the other day. I just let it run. It's getting really smooth. The corners are nice, but there's just a few spots that need to be worn down a bit more. I just want it shaped a little bit better. I want to get rid of the last bit of these little crevices. Well, right there's a crack, so that wouldn't be able to move forward anywhere. There, that's a chip, so in here somewhere we must have that chip that came off. Let's see if we can locate it. Oh, interesting. That needs a lot of work. Okay, where's that chip? I know it's got to be in here. Do you see it? There's a lot of big pieces in this one. And one roll away from us. See, even the ceramic media can have pitting where it can hold grit. So you know what? I'm going to get rid of that piece of ceramic media. No sense in biting trouble. And that's just a mark, not a pit. Let's see. Our tiger eye chip. This is half blue and half golden. That's going to be interesting. Wow. Well, so far I'm only seeing one that has an actual chip taken out of it. If we were moving forward, I would have to hold that piece back, because there's no way we can run that in with sharp edges into medium, because that'll scratch up the rest of the stones. This one apart. You see? Here's a chip right here. It's kind of small to be the one from here. And this little chip is too small. So you can see those. But this one looks like it came out of a blue stone. So we've got these chips and we're setting them aside for another project. But somewhere in here we have to have the chip. See, one of those small ones could have come out of that corner on this one. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Got some really rough feeling stone there. Can you see that? Let me dry it off. You see how rough that is? All of this here, as opposed to how smooth that is. Yeah. One more week ought to do it. We're just checking for damage. It's really super hot and humid today. See, here's another one that came off the corner. So we've got two of these here. Let's set those aside. We're just kind of feeling for chips. Again, I'm not being super careful, because it's going back into coarse. If this was going to medium, would be taking a lot more time checking these for any imperfections that we don't want the batch spoiled. So you see that? That's what, you know, just in coarse. And it's got a really beautiful sheen, and when it's wet, it's just amazing. beautiful. That's not a chip, that's the actual stone. But I'd like to have that come down some. Okay, so it really looks like only 2 pieces got, whoa, but that broke off of something. Really only have a couple that chipped. And the part that chipped off could have actually just ground to dust. Not really finding the chips. I was hoping to find them all so they don't go through the next cycle. But again, it's coarse, so we should be fine. Okay, we are going to stick these back in. And we're just going to dump our ceramic media back in the bowl. Oh, look at that. Look at what we found here by rolling it. That's that piece that came off the blue one. Set that aside. See, and I'm checking it as it rolls. There's always one that's going to get away. See what we found here? It's a little piece of something. Shouldn't be going in. Okay. Give it a shake. Okay, we're going to put our coarse material back in here. It's our 6090 silicone carbide. This is a 6-pound barrel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Close up our ceramic media, our coarse grit. We're going to add some water. Oh, out of water. Let me get some water. I'll be right back. As I mentioned before, we're adding just regular tap water for the coarse and medium stage, and then we're going to go to distilled water for our finer grits, because we don't want any, you know, the fluoride and calcium and everything else that's in our tap water to go into our tumble. Okay, that, we're going to need some more ceramic media, because this is not even, this is still under 2/3 full, and with all the mass that we lost last time. And some small. It really should just come mixed, but they sell it separately. Okay, this looks good. Let's put the lid on it. Alright, tiger's eye. It's looking really thick here. Hasn't been in the coarse for as long as the other barrels, which I think were like 11 days for most of them. This one was 7 days exactly. So, and just kind of watery grit, or watery slurry. Coming out pretty easy there. Looks like we've got some rim cleanup to do on this one. I'm going to do that in a minute off camera. Okay, lots and lots. There's grit left, as you can see. But we might be putting in too much grit for a 7-day cycle, since there's still some left over. You'll see how it's just, no, I can't pick it up, but it's still pretty thick. So the other ones that didn't have all the spray stuff on them were the proper amount of grit. So we either had to leave these in for a couple more days to use up that grit, or put less in it. It's just a waste of grit. I mean, look at that. That's just a waste of grit. First of all, you wouldn't be able to pick it up. And I don't know why I said first of all, because I have no follow-up second. Anyway. Right. This is golden and blue tiger's eye. Holding its mask pretty well. And I think that's because of the cushioning that we're doing with the ceramic media. Yay, we have a win. Okay. Ooh, that was nice. Blue. Gold. We love the golden. Okay, time for inspections. We will see you inside in a few minutes. Okay, we're back with our tiger's eye, and it's our last barrel for the week, and it's barrel number 7, and we're looking for all of these lovely issues. Well, it helps if I use the dry end of the towel. You see that on here? We have all of this coming through. Needs to be smoothed out more. That's really pretty. It's like a nice little cube. But the top and the bottom needs some work. I don't want to lose any more mass, but I don't think medium is going to take out some of those bigger pits. This one could probably move forward now that we're talking about medium. I think the only thing moving forward this week was the Kambaba Jasper. There's just too much of this that still needs another week in course. See all this up here. As we can see, there's some chipping that happened here. Then, but we didn't find the chips. I find that interesting. So that's still rock mud. Rock mud, which is grit from stone that's been, you know, it's slurry. There's a hole there that'll catch it. Okay, let's keep it wet. There you go. Some beautiful blue tiger's eye. It's got some interesting pattern on the top of that one. It's just really cool. If anybody knows what makes tiger's eye shine the way that it does, put it in the comments. Would all like to hear your opinion. I'd like to see what's going on. That one needs more work. So, I mean, if a stone can look like that on its top, okay, and then you turn it on its side, and it looks like this, what is that that makes it shine? Gives it that glimmer? Inquiring minds want to know. Mostly mine. My inquiring mind. Yeah, this needs a lot of shaping on this particular stone. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. I wish these felt smoother, but we'll get there. Well, still really rough feeling. Look how fast this stuff keeps drying. That is just stunning all the way around. I love this one. I like the little scene. I love this little scene. It's like it's telling a story. Okay. I think we all get it. This is all going into rough. Not going into rough. All this rough is going into coarse for another week. I don't know why I keep getting rough and coarse mixed up. I am working on it. Okay, we're not seeing broken stones, so we're good with that. Ooh. Nothing broken. This has got some work that needs to be done. However, we do have this teeny little piece. It is not broken off another. It was just a little tiny chip from the rough that came in from the vendor, and I wanted to throw it in here to see what it would do and see how long it would last. Okay. So we're seeing nothing in the grit or in the ceramic media. There's no chips, no little pieces. So, one more week in course for our tiger's eye. That's it for this week, folks. We'll tune back in next week and see how things are progressing. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you start your own journey. See you soon. We're going to start with barrel number 7, the golden and blue tiger's eye. So let's see how it's shaping. There's still, let's see if you can see that. You see where there's still some work to be done with the rough. And in here and here. So this piece needs another week in coarse. We're drying it off so that we can see the imperfections better. This is just a stunning piece. Look at all that pattern. But there's a little, my fingernail catches in there. Yeah, it could use a little bit more shaping. There's pits and whatnot in here. Right there. Could use another week in coarse. Here's a piece of blue tiger's eye. That looks almost black. Another piece of blue. A lot of lines and cracking. Natural fracture lines. Yeah, we can see we definitely need another week in coarse. You can see all the ceramic media is rounded nicely, so it's not going to cause any damage because it's been in coarse for ages. This past week I've tried to do some corrections with our ceramic media, trying to get it smoothed down so the edges are not damaging. Let's show an example here. See how this is rough on the edges, a little sharp. That could cause some some scratching on the stones, versus this is just rounded and not going to cause any trouble in the little tiny ones. Yeah. Whoops, we got a hard one in there. Okay. Ooh, this one needs a lot of shaping. Just like just one or two little spots here and there that just need a little bit more fine tuning. So there's a fracture line here. Goes all the way around. Could be this entire corner could chip off. Hope it doesn't, but it could. We're gonna have to watch that. Okay. Still some, not a whole lot that needs to be done in that stone. I think in the future, when we have really rough, we're going to probably use a 4670 heavy coarse grit for the first week to really give it a jump start, but not on something that just needs a little bit. then we'll stick with the 60-70. This has a lot of work that needs to be done. This is the one with that little ledge that we were watching. Pretty nifty. These are really beautiful, beautiful batch of tiger's eye. Oh, look at that curve. It has little tiny bits. I'm not sure you can see that on the camera, but maybe right in here. Okay, we're not going to give this batch of tiger's eye a wash cycle because it's going back into medium, or going back into coarse grit. Because it's staying in the same grit cycle, we don't have to worry about cross-contamination. But depending on how these barrels work out, I might move this down to a smaller barrel. So we've lost an awful lot of mass from the very beginning. As you can see, this barrel is barely half full. Whew, look at that one. Oh, it's got a divot in there. It's mostly the tops and the bottoms that have got the problems, not so much the sides. But we also want to look for little tiny pieces. Goodness, my barrels are dirty. Little tiny pieces of chips that have broken off, and we'll save that for, set that aside for one of our other projects. Okay. All right, I don't think we really need to continue to examine each of these stones. I'm not seeing, you know, damage. I'm just seeing, you know, original stuff that needs to be worked out. Can you see that? It all needs to be worked out. Oh, we're not seeing any cracked stones. We're not seeing any, well, what is the word I'm looking for? Undercutting. So that's all very good. Just working away the outer rough stuff. The coarse grit is doing a good job. Taking a little bit longer than I wanted, but I'm learning patience, which is part of, you know, why we're doing this. Oh, that's really pretty. Look at the pattern on that. Oh, there's some right here. Yeah. One more week. I think that's going to be the song for most of today. It's always exciting when you get to move on to a new stage. But if you rush it, you'll be sorry. In the long run, it's better to give it that extra time. Boy, these are really, really pretty. Oof. Yeah, we're getting close. We are getting close. Oh, look at that. This particular one's probably the only one in the whole batch that's ready to go into medium. I like this little cube. Yeah, there's just little tiny bits. And let's see what else we have in here. We're going to have to go through all of this ceramic media and make sure we have all the chips out of it. Oh, just a little bit right there, otherwise it's ready for medium. You see all the ceramic media is rounding nicely. So it'll just help the grit move, it'll help cushion the stones, there'll be no undercutting happening. Alright, we're going to dump all this ceramic media into a strainer and we're going to make sure that we don't have any little bits in it. Okay, that's it for the tiger's eye for right now. This is our tiger's eye. It looks like we're doing really well with it. Now this has been going since August 8th and today is September 19th. So it's been going for about 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. And it's been in coarse the entire time. So we're hoping we can move it to medium today. So we dried this piece off so we can kind of find if there's any more pits, cracks, divots, you know, anything that we would like to smooth out. So this has a crack here that does not pass the fingernail test. So even though the rest of the rock is absolutely ready to go on to medium, I'm going to put it in the maybe pile because I'm not sure I really want to let that go through to medium. Can you see that? And it still has some slurry in there. So we don't want it to dry like cement. Re-wet that. Okay, we're going to make a maybe pile. And that's going to be right here. And then we have a strainer here, and that will be our stuff moving forward. And let's just make some room today. Let's just make some room. We've got all this lovely ceramic media that we're going to have to dig through and look for chips. Trying not to make a huge mess. Let's see what we have here. We've got the barrel tipped. Yeah, this could still use another time and coarse, so that's 2 pieces. I mean, some of these stones will just never get perfect, but there's, I mean, can you see that? There's a rough spot there. That can use another week. Yeah, it's got a spot. So maybe it's not ready to move to medium. That's a bummer. I was really hoping to be able to progress on this, but we'd rather take the time in coarse now than be upset when we don't get a good polish at the end. Yeah, this is still coarse. Can you see that? See that right there? And on this side, right in here. Yeah, I could use a little bit more time in coarse. So if we do find anything that's ready to go to medium, we'll set it aside until it catches up. So we're starting to split batches. And that's okay. Wow, these are like almost ready to move forward. So we had blue and golden in here. Yeah, it's going to need more time. But we are getting very close. So we've been experimenting with the amount of grit we're putting in the barrels. And it appears I've been putting in too much because it's just not grinding out in a week. So I was thinking that perhaps, you know, and this is a newbie mistake, that if I put more grit, it would speed up the process. Well, that just isn't true. And when I've proven it to myself for 2 weeks in a row, I put more grit than I should have. And I just washed it down the drain. So that's just not economical. I mean, it was still a week either way. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not finding anything that's ready. I mean, darn close, but not yet. I have to go through all this and look for chips. But I can do that off camera. You've seen that process enough. But I don't need to bore you with it again. Okay. Tiger's eye needs another week. That's that one we've been watching with the ledge. It's just nice to see how it progresses every week. So this will stay in our coarse barrels. And we're really not losing a lot of mass anymore, which I thought these would just keep getting teenier and teenier. They seem to have hit a plateau. Ooh, there's a lot of damage on this one. This is bruising. This is when the rocks are hitting together. We're going to take this one out because it's damaged. And we will, I mean, even though, well, no, I don't know. Because it's damaged in the coarse stage, shouldn't it just stay in the coarse stage? Let's just leave it in coarse. Because coarse is to, you know, round all that stuff out. Sharpen it and clean it up. Yeah, these all have just little, like this has got some work. We're losing focus a lot today. And there's that whole corner that came out last week. It's not sharp anymore, but it's still rough. So in the coarse it stays. Yep, absolutely nothing is ready to move forward. So we will give this another rinse. Not a wash cycle, but a really good rinse. And, ooh, there's a lot of, can you see that? This is all rough. I like that smooth. Oh, this is smooth. I forgot my train of thought, which often happens when I do ooh shinies. Okay, Tiger's Eye is going to get another week, and I've said this a dozen times now. I'm sure you're sick of hearing it. This was a little chip. It's now turning into a nice little stone. Tiny little stone. Okay, I'm going to continue this off camera. to make these videos shorter. We will be back with our next barrel shortly. We're back with our tiger's eye, both golden and blue. And we're gonna move some slurry that was on this. So far, with a really fast inspection, I've only found one chip. So hopefully we can move forward with some of this. This is what you don't see every week. Is cleaning all the stone to be sure it's ready to move forward to the next phase without grit contamination. I have not done the inspection on these yet. The slurry was just getting a little dry. I wanted to catch up before we got any worse. So this tiger's eye, both golden and blue, have been in coarse since August 8th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full weeks in course. And I hope that's enough, frankly. It seems to be maintaining its mass, which is a really good thing. Well, we're always going to make a mess. So we have one chip so far. Let's put it in our tiger's eye. Little chip bag here. Don't really have a lot of that, which is good. Not a lot of chipping is always a good thing. Okay, we are going to continue making sure we get the slurry off. Then we're going to do a really good inspection, and then we're going to inspect the ceramic media as well, because it tends to wear down after a while. We want to make sure that we have any pieces that could cause any chipping or bruising or anything else to be taken out. Well, we have quite a lot of this, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to give these a wash, and we will be back to do the inspection shortly. Okay, we're back with our tiger jasper, our tiger's eye, sorry. And it's pretty dry. And we're going to do our inspection. There's still some things we could work out. But I think some of these are ready to go to medium. Wow. Still a little something, but I wonder if the medium glow, no, that's gotta stay. Boy, that was like nails on a chalkboard. That one can move. Oh, not that one. Not that one either. Do you see that? Get it down here. I don't know if you can see that. I wonder if a little bit more coarse, a little bit more time in coarse will get rid of that or make it worse. We're going to find out. I think this one's ready for medium. Well, this is great. We're getting some pieces that are ready to move on. It's wonderful. Right there. Boy, it's just amazing what water can do. There's some pitting there. And a bit there. That looks like bruising. I'm losing my voice here, sorry. Here's some blue pieces. I think that could move on. See what medium will do. And we got this little tiny chip that came off before. And we're going to let that continue on. Oh, it's got just a little tiny bit. I think I had way too much filler in this barrel, so the grit really couldn't get to what it needed to do, and I think I had too much water. Look at that. You see all that pitting? I don't think that's going to come out. This might be a garden stone. But we're going to give it one more week in course before we make that decision. Whew. I think that can go to medium. Medium. Oh, I don't know. That should stay. That could go to medium. Lost a lot on that. Big chunk out of that corner. All of this is rough. Alright, we're just moving right along here. And we have a few pieces that were ready for medium, and some that need to stay in coarse. So what I think is going to happen is we might set this aside for a week. Gotta figure out what we're going to do with the barrel. because really this is all I have for coarse. We have no more tiger's eye chips that came off, so we can put this away. We're done with that. And this is all we have, so this would be perfect for a small barrel, of which I have no more available. I might have one available with the Kambaba Jasper. We'll have to see. Because I have a 6-pound and a 4-pound available, and they're both too big for this. So we might move the Kambaba because it's in a super fine pre-polish right now, and it might be able to go down to the smaller barrel. We're going to check it next and find out, and if so, that barrel, which is a 3-pounder, will be available for this, and then this can continue one more week in coarse, and all the rest is going to be moved to a holding pattern for medium grit. And I think that's it for Tiger's Eye right now. Alright, we will come back with the Kambaba Jasper. Alright, we're back with our Tiger's Eye, both blue and gold. There's a lot more gold than blue in this particular batch. This is a beautiful blue piece. Feels lovely, and it is ready to move forward to medium. Hooray! So I have a little bucket over here that I'm putting medium in to give it a little wash until it's ready to actually run in medium. And I'm collecting chips here, excuse me, to put in this little baggie of chips that we're holding for later. And anything ready for coarse or staying in coarse is going in this barrel, and then anything ready for medium is going to go into this water bath over here. Now I do have over here somewhere Tiger's Eye that is ready for medium from the last batches. So we've been holding it out, getting it to where it's all ready to go together. So let's take a look and do a really nice inspection, because I think this one's also ready. Hooray! Oh, finally. Now Tiger's Eye's been running in 60-90 coarse since April 12th. Today is October 4th. So that's been what, 5 weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and today's the 4th, so it's been 7 weeks it's been running in coarse. Holy cow. Okay. This is, let's dry it off, and you can see it's got a lot of rough still right there. See that? That's not smooth. I don't want that to move forward. The rest of the stone is fine, so into the barrel it goes. Oh, if it wasn't for that, it would be ready for medium. But you know what? I'm going to put it in medium, and we'll see if medium grit, which is a 120, 220, we'll see if that'll smooth that out any. If it doesn't, it can always go backwards. I just don't want to get in that habit of settling. You know what? I'm not going to get in that habit of settling. Where did it go? There. We're not going to settle. It's just got a little bit right there. A little bit right there. I really want this Tiger's Eye to be perfect. It's such a pretty stone. Why, you know, be distracted when you're meditating with a piece of Tiger's Eye by the little teeny imperfections? Why concentrate on that when you could be concentrating on everything else that the stone has to offer? And just a little bit right there. Isn't that pretty? This one I'm putting back in, even though it's smooth enough to go forward to medium, because it just feels like it's losing its flash, and maybe we just need to grind it down to the next level. Or I could just be crazy. Medium it goes. Let's see. You see that? Ooh. Back it goes. That might just chip off and become a chip for us. Wow, I thought more of this would have been ready to go. It's about half and half. See, all this pitting was really super bad last week, and it's coming along much better. One more week should hopefully, fingers crossed. That's our mantra, isn't it? One more week, one more week. This is a really cool piece, and it's actually ready. And of course I say that, and what happens? I find that. Let's see if we get the camera to focus. It's going to medium. Hope, you know, it just is. These are coming out going in the garbage because I don't want to pass on those cracked ones. Not the stone, that little piece of ceramic media. Just a little bit. Feels lovely so far, but then we've got that divot. Alright, this stone is perfect except for here. And it's perfectly smooth, it's just an indentation. So it's going to go forward. And that will go forward. That has a pit right there. Huh. The rest of the stone's really good except for that pit. And that pit's a little rough. I don't know if we can actually get... Yeah, we're going to try it. I didn't know if we could actually get grit in there to smooth it. Ooh, isn't that lovely? And that's ready to go. It's a tiny one, but it sure packs a punch. Oh, it's going to medium. I don't know. I'm on the fence, but I've got stuff still going so it can go. Alright. Let us look for more chips. Here's one here. So here's our 2 chips so far. I think that was it. It was just those 2 chips, and then we've got some chips, some broken pieces of ceramic media. Broken pieces of ceramic media are coming out. So this is all we have left. About 1/3 of a barrel for coarse. I have some red tiger's eye that I could put in here, and I think I will. Let me grab the red tiger's eye and put it in there, and we'll start running it with the remainder here. Make good use of the barrel, and we get to start something sort of new. Alrighty, be right back. I take that back. We're going to run more blue. I had more blue on the shelf, so let's run these great big blue pieces that we set aside because they were too big. So let's just pop those in the coarse. nice. See, I've got, I don't know if I can really run too much more. Yeah, that's about all I think I can run safely in here. So we'll still have a couple pieces left, but I can pull these chips out. Let's pull these chips out and put them in our bag. Might as well since we're in here. So instead of running the red, which we'll do in a separate batch, we can pick up the leftover blue. Yeah. Okay. Tiger's Eye chips can be put aside. So dump that till next week. We can put the rest of this back in the barrel. I really scraped myself up pretty good this week. Okay. This is why I usually put this stuff on a separate towel. Then I can just pick the towel up and makes it a lot easier. Picking up all these little irritating tiny pieces. Oh, not that one. Alright, now we are definitely at half. I could crack these, make them smaller. I'm not going to. Just going to leave it in here. We'll run them when we run the red. Okay. That way. Let's move forward. We're going to run this with 60-90. 1, 2, 3. Add water. That's enough. Probably too much. Let's put the lid back on. This part goes so fast. Washer, the merle nut. Okay. Tiger's Eye dirt off your barrel. Label the barrel. Went 10-4. And this is still the 60-90. Got lazy last time and just wrote coarse. Okay, this one is ready to go, and we will see you in a moment with the next barrel. And we're back with our Tiger's Eye, and let's see how much of this is ready to move forward to medium. We have been working with this, oh my gosh, since August 12th. And so it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. 7 weeks. It's been 7 weeks in course. And as you know, we've been removing pieces from our blue and gold Tiger's Eye that have become ready for medium. We've been separating out the batches and keep running the course to get everything ready. So inside the barrel, still, you know, there's a lot of chips and stuff in here for the ceramic media. So we're going to clean that out off camera. We added a couple pieces last week, if you remember, to fill the barrel because there just wasn't quite enough. And we had some left over, and you see this is moving along quite nicely. Still needs a little work. Still needs a little work. Oh, we're way off camera. Here, let's move this. There, still needs some work. This was one of the brand new pieces put in last week. Okay. Oh, I just don't know if this is ever going to come out. It may just become a problem child. Boy, Tiger's eye is really pretty. These little chips of ceramic media going in the garbage. Whoa, can you see that rough spot? Yeah, we do not want that moving forward to medium. This was one of the newer pieces of the blue. It's coming along really nicely. Yeah. This is one of the older pieces, and it should start getting close. Oh, I think that's ready for medium. You always want to just feel along with your fingers because it'll show you what your eyes are missing. And sometimes when it's wet, you can't really see because of the reflection, so your fingers don't lie. Yep, just a little bit more. Oh, that's got a chip out of it. So close. Getting close. Look at that top. It's interesting. Oh, this one's oh my goodness. See, if it wasn't for that right in there, it would be ready for medium. So disheartening. I don't know if I want to put this entire stone through another week of coarse just for that one. Might just see if medium takes it out. The worst thing that happens is if medium doesn't take it out, it goes back to coarse. All these little pieces have been in there so long they've worn away all their usefulness. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? This is a grit catcher. It's a cool piece of blue, but there's a lot of places on that. Well, we're not moving forward as much as I thought we would, which is disheartening. Oh, this can go to medium. See that? That's keeping it in coarse. Okay, we have gone through all of that. We found 2 chips and a lot of busted ceramic media that can, well, 3 chips. Okay, I'm going to go through and remove all this tiny ceramic media. We'll leave the big media. And the chips will go in our chip bag for our other project. The coarse will be recharged and go back in the barrel. The 3 pieces that are going back to medium will go with the stuff we're holding for medium. So we're getting a little bit closer every week. Okay, we'll see you soon with our next barrel. Okay, we are back with our blue and our gold tiger's eye. This is the last of what we have in coarse, and we are really happy with how this is turning out. I'm not real happy with the scratch on the side. I don't know, that's a maybe. Yeah, this is really coming out nice. We had ended up putting in a couple of pieces we had floating around and to fill the barrel, and I think it did its job. That one's ready to move forward. Now, Tiger's Eye's been running since August 12th in 60/90 grit. And we've been pulling every week pieces that are ready for medium. Isn't that cool? And I think we're almost ready to go here. Wow. Really interesting. That can go to medium. That one spot. This is feeling good. There's a piece of blue. Could probably use another week. Huh, with the yellow showing through, that's really cool. Huh, this is pretty interesting. It's like you almost want this to go one more week to get back to the layer of, wow. That's pretty cool. I think this one's, I don't know, see, I mean, there's a couple of little tiny pitting. I'm not sure if that's going to come out or not. Set that aside. This is another one of those pieces. It just has a lot of pitting in it. I mean, if we keep grinding it away and grinding it away, there won't be anything left of the stone. I may just have to let this go. Here's another trouble piece. So sometimes you just get some troublemakers. But we've been getting really nice stones all along. Ooh, look at what we've got here. That ground down really nice. Gave us a really cool pattern. Got some red in the middle too. I think that might be jasper, that little red line. I'm gonna just move that forward. So that's all we have left for the tiger's eye. I think what we're gonna do is move the iffy pieces, you know, that just have like these little tiny little bits forward. And that, while it looks rough, is very smooth. But this isn't right in there. It's got that. So I'm going to hold that back, and I've got some red tiger's eye that we have not started, and I think I'm going to hold it back to run with the red. I think that's what I'm going to do with these 4 pieces. And we're going to move these forward to medium to join the others. And yeah, I think this is actually going to be something that's going to move forward to Medium. Yay! We'll set those aside and put those in with the medium, or with the red rough, and we'll finally do that. So we have these that are ready, Tiger's Eye ready to move forward. We have all of these. We're going to add these to it. And I think this is what's going to go in the barrel. We're going to move this forward to medium. Hooray! So we're going to put that in the wash cycle, maybe 2 or 3 of them before it's finally ready to move forward. And that's awesome.